What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very quick update on Tesla's SPY and the overall market. I want to talk about the deliveries that are coming out in just a couple of days, how this may affect Tesla's share price. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, not to mention 8.1% APY in uninvested cash. The offer ends in just about 12 hours from now. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening with the market. So, as far as Tesla's going, we got this rejection that has formed off that 490 area. We made a lower high, and since then, Tesla's been on a downtrend. I did mention to everyone in my morning video that Tesla could be retesting near 430 and watch to see if you get a rejection because the share price looked quite bearish to me. And lo and behold, that's what happened so far. We're now actually losing the 414 support, taking us down to 402, all the way down to the low 400s. So Tesla got a big rejection. It is dipping quite a bit, approaching its deliveries. The question is what's going to happen from here. Now, just know the whole market did come down quite a bit. We saw the market flat and red for the most part. And for now, there's a lot of sellers who are continuing to step in. We have tax harvesting the end of the year and then anticipation about 2025 that's dragging the markets lower. And we'll have to see if the profit taking is going to continue and how we end up reacting as the new year comes. Now, as far as Tesla goes, that's a very different story. Okay, technical analysis is not going to be everything for Tesla. It's going to be in its own world because of the fact that we have a lot of pieces of news coming out. Tesla has their production and delivery estimates that are being released from different people, but the main actual numbers come out on January 2nd around 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will most definitely be on January 2nd, which is going to be on Thursday, but for the exact time, sometimes it could be a little bit later than that, but most likely it's going to be at the time it's scheduled around 9 o'clock a.m. So hopefully the data comes out very close to before market open. We'll be looking for a big reaction after that. Now, just know that right now, Troy Tesla, who's known for being quite accurate when it comes to predictions, has an estimation for Q4 of about 501,000 deliveries. The analyst consensus is at about 506,000, so they think that Tesla might come a little bit short. Could this be why Tesla's selling off? We don't know for sure until we see the numbers. If Tesla does under 500,000, that would be a little bearish. I think that investors want at least 500,000. And then if they do above it, that could still be decent because it's going to be a nice increase compared to the last quarter. However, the issue for Tesla is anything below 515,000 would show that Tesla had less deliveries this year compared to last year, and that's not what a lot of these investors want. So we'll see how it goes for them. I'm going to be very patient depending on the interpretation, what the numbers look like. So I'm not going to make any calls yet until we see the numbers, which could be coming out as soon as Thursday. Now, I also want to say that the market was quite flat. A lot of big tech stocks were in the red, from Tesla to Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, and the others. And our economic calendar was also showing not really anything too crazy for the day. Please know that today is New Year's Eve, so I hope you guys have a very happy New Year. But just know the stock market's going to be closed again tomorrow for the new year. So there's not going to be trading for tomorrow. It's going to be another holiday. Also, there's nothing coming out for the earnings calendar. It's another quiet time. So as far as Tesla goes, we're technically on a downtrend. We're making lower highs and lower lows, and we're going to likely continue this trend. I also want to mention that Tesla has this 400 support. So if we have very lackluster deliveries and Tesla does under 500,000 and we get a sell-off as a result, that could lead to a dump closer to about 380. And if the 380 area does not hold, I think Tesla could be dumping all the way down to this zone right here. We have previous resistance becoming support near 362. So there could be a big dump if Tesla ends up failing. If Tesla does very good in deliveries, they do above expectations, we get a big bounce. You want to see Tesla try to get back above the 427 area. If we break past that, we're looking for 440 to be tested again. One could argue there's a possible, falling wedge-like structure, but nothing's guaranteed in terms of technicals and patterns until we get our numbers, so I'll be waiting for that. For SPY, I do want to mention that technically there is a head and shoulders, okay? There's still the head and shoulders that's present. However, there's a lot of buyers who are trying to defend SPY at 585. We haven't cleared that level quite yet. If we clear this into early next year, then yes, we could be dipping for 580 and 577. But as long as we're above that and we don't lose that support, there could be an attempt to get back up to about 591. So I'll be watching that very closely to see if the head and shoulders pans out or not. And overall, we're going to be watching these very key levels. As far as ES goes, there's also a head and shoulders. We do favor downside a bit more, but we haven't lost critical support yet at 59.20. We have resistance at 59.50, then 59.90, and then we have the support at 59.20 flat. If that fails us, we're looking for a big dip all the way down to 58.80. So watch and see what happens with this head and shoulders. There is a risk of this dipping lower looking at the current trend, but we'll give this some time just to be safe. So we'll see how things end up developing. For other factors, we have Nvidia. Nvidia is continuing to get rejection after rejection. We have to see if we could hold above 136. If we can't, there's going to be a risk of us dipping lower towards 132. If we do hold this, we could attempt to rebound, but there is a possible inverse cup and handle, which does favor downside, and we could be dipping closer to 133. Now, Bitcoin is dipping a little bit. We are approaching the new year, a new administration, new policies, and then there's also going to be new views of inflation, especially as the Fed has said that they're not going to be cutting rates as much. So ever since we had the FOMC meeting, the market's been weaker, and even Bitcoin's on a bit of a downtrend here, at least for the last couple of weeks. Ever since FOMC has been dipping, so I think it could get closer to about the lower 92,000 area before it tries to bounce. Just keep that in mind. Technically, NQ is on a bit of a downtrend. We also broke our low right here. The full measured move would take us down to about the lower 21,100 area. So there's still that risk of more downside, especially as we have a lower high on it. We're barely holding support on the QQQ. We'll have to see if buyers defend this or not. If we hold 511, we're looking for a rebound for 515. But even if we get some kind of rebound, if we do eventually retest it, we got to hold 511 or else we're going to be at risk of dipping to these lows. The lows that came a little bit after FOMC, that would take us down to about 506 to 505. For Apple, we're on a bit of a downtrend. We need to try to reclaim 252. Otherwise, this is favoring 248. So there is a downside potential in this. Palantir's on a bit of a downtrend. We got to reclaim 77. Otherwise, we favor 73. So it looks more bearish to me. For the IWM Russell 2000, I'm concerned because of the fact that there is a possible left shoulder, head, and right shoulder here. We'll have to see if we reclaim 223. Otherwise, we favor downside for 218. So please keep that in mind. Coinbase is looking a little bit more bearish. We're making lower highs and lower lows. We'll have to see if we can reclaim 250. Otherwise, we favor 240 or below. For Amazon, we're on a bit of a downtrend. We have this head and shoulders like pattern, but there is strong support around this 218 to 220 zone. So it could dip close to 218 before we see some buyers defend it and try to bring it back up to 222. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. Meta has an inverse cup and handle. If we can't hold above 583, we're going to be looking for a dip back down to about 575. If we hold above 589, we're going to be looking for a push for 595. With the inverse cup and handle, this is favoring the downside move all the way back down to about 580. So give this the time it needs. For Microsoft, we're on a bit of a downtrend. We have a left shoulder and a head and a right shoulder. This could continue to fall. We'll just have to see if we could reclaim it 424. Otherwise, this is favoring a move back down to 418. For Google, we also have a head and shoulders. There's a left shoulder here, a head and a right shoulder. If we can't reclaim 192, we're looking for a dip back down to 188. So give this the time it needs. I also want to mention that the VIX is looking more bullish still, so this does have upside potential, which could suggest the market has downside potential. So we're starting off 2025 on a weekend. We'll just have to see how things end up developing from here. So as far as Tesla goes, Tesla's going to be on its own in this case. It does not have to be impacted by the markets. It's going to be dictated by its own numbers to start things off for the year. We'll see if Tesla does very well with deliveries and we get a big bounce or not. I am hoping they do well, but looking at what different analysts are saying and looking at the numbers, especially in Europe, they are looking a little bit weaker. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm hoping we get a bounce, but we'll see, guys. I do want to see the share price looks technically weaker, a little bit more bearish, but just to be safe, we'll see what the numbers look like. So I want to make this video very short and very, very simple. The new year is coming up, guys, so it's a perfect time for us to keep our heads up, look back at our pasts, and look at the mistakes that we have all made. Everyone has made mistakes and everyone has room for improvement. And let's use 2025 as a great year to come back, keep our heads up, and improve. So I want to wish you guys a very, very happy new year. I'm not sure if I'll be uploading a video tomorrow. We'll see if I get time. But it is the holiday, so please use it as time to better yourselves, keep your heads up, and always remember that no matter what situation you are in, it's always possible for your situation to improve. Just know that if you're celebrating New Year's with families, it's going to be amazing. With friends or family, it's going to be great. If not, if you don't have family or friends, always remember it's never too late to improve your own life. And you're not alone, guys. You have the power to transform your life. You have the power to improve your own self. And I really believe that you have a lot of capabilities that could be beyond your own mindset, beyond what you're actually thinking. Most people could achieve so much more than they may perceive because of the fact that achievements require dedication and work. And if they dedicate themselves, they can improve in a lot of different ways. So with that being said, it's been a crazy year, a nice year for trading. I hope you guys had good years as well. And if you haven't, I hope that next year, brings you a lot more growth and prosperity. So I wish you guys all the best. I wish you guys a very, very happy new year. And I'll be back with another video, maybe tomorrow, if not by Thursday before market open. Until I see you guys again, take care, enjoy the holiday, and peace out.